Hello, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nasra Hassan. I'm a masculine identity and a trauma recovery coach. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how a man can reconnect with their emotions and the importance of a man reconnecting with their emotions.
Yo, this is APAS, and I'm on the Real Life Perspective YouTube channel. Subscribe for the latest and the greatest. We're the best.
First of all, as a masculine man, you have to remember that you have different versions of you, and you have to learn to separate all these versions of you and know how to access them accordingly. There is you as a son, there is you as a father, there is you as a brother, there is you as a husband, and there is you as a friend. And you need to learn to separate all these versions of you and know when to access which version of you. You cannot communicate to your wife the way you communicate to your friends. When you are watching football, there are certain languages, there is a certain mode of communication that you can easily use when you are with your friends, and which is forbidden when you are with your wife. I don't know if you get me. As women, we are emotional beings, and we have so much emotional baggage that sometimes the way how a man can communicate with their wives is not the way how you communicate with your friends, with your male friends. The way how men think is very, very different from the way how women would think. And as a masculine man, it is very crucial for you to get to understand women and to understand how women like to be communicated to. And it is very important for men to understand how women think and how women operate, so that you can coexist in all aspects, not only in marriage or in relationships, even in workspace. We coexist as men and women. And you have to remember that if you are a father, your children are not waiting for a boss. The children are waiting for the father. So many fathers, African fathers, think the only way you can be the father of the house is when you are aggressive. Have you ever heard of those families where when the father enters in the house, everyone is very quiet because the king has come, the lion has entered. So everyone has to start reorganizing themselves, to start composing themselves, to start putting themselves on their own place and keep quiet because the father has entered. This is not the person that the kids are waiting for. The kids are waiting for the father, someone who is bringing the light, someone who is bringing the good energy, good vibe in the house. If you have been the boss at your workplace the whole day, when you get home, please, you are going to remove that gear and put on your father's gear, because how you have been commending, how you have been treating your workers at work, that is not how you are going to be treating your kids at home. Your kids are waiting for the father, for the warmth of their father. The kids are not waiting for their boss. So you have to learn to separate all these versions of you as a man. And of course, there is you as a son. As a son, you know how you have to respect your mother, you have to respect your parents. And if you are married, respect is going to look like someone who has boundaries. You know that, yes, I respect my father and I respect my mother, that yes, they are older than me, yes, I can still get their advice, but not all the time. They are not going to be dictating how my home is going to be running. You need someone to talk to, you need to be vulnerable, and actually which is the main point that we're going to focus on today. When you need someone to talk to, you have your friends. There are some other issues that you don't have to tell your wife or your girlfriend. You have to share with your male friends. Sometimes it helps you to see things from a logical perspective than from an emotional perspective, of course, sometimes you need women's views because of how women lead emotionally. You need that emotional perspective. Another way to reconnect with your emotion is to embody your feminine energy. Yes, I meant it. I meant feminine energy. As a man, you are a logical thinker and you have your masculine energy, which is 80%. But unfortunately, so many men don't know how to tap into their feminine energy, which is very important. And failure to do so will lead you to a toxic masculine. And these are the majority of the men that we have, unfortunately, in our society. We have toxic masculine men because many men think that the only way I can be a man is by being aggressive, is by being toxic, is by being rude. That is the only way I can express my masculinity. I can show people that I'm a man. But no. For you to be a divine masculine man is when you are able to balance your masculine and your feminine energy. The masculine energy should dominate. This is the 80% because this is what helps you to pursue your dreams, to pursue your career, to be the leader, to pursue your ambitions and make the right decisions at the right time. This is from the your masculine energy. However, this 20% feminine energy is going to help you to be grounded. It's going to help you to be well balanced. It's going to help you to be disciplined. It's going to help you to be empathetic, to be sensitive, not only to other people, but to yourself, because you cannot give other people what you do not give to yourself. When you are able to give yourself grace, to remind yourself that I'm a human, you are able to treat other people around you like that. You are able to treat your family with empathy, or your wife or your children, even other people around you. You are going to be sensitive. You are going to be kind, to remember that I'm a human, to give yourself grace and to be vulnerable when it's necessary. And when we talk about vulnerability, we don't mean that you should just be a type of man who complains every now and then, because as a man you're supposed to be solution oriented, but you give yourself grace that, okay, I've tried, it has failed, and it's okay. I'm not feeling well. I'm going to give myself grace. I'm going to sit and think about it. And it's okay if you feel emotional. It simply means you are a human being. You get emotional, you get tired. Sometimes you feel like I'm drained, and it's okay to feel drained, to breathe in and out, and then to refresh your mind and then come back stronger. That is the essence of this feminine energy. When you don't tap into your feminine energy, you are going to be an aggressive man. You are going to be toxic, not only to yourself, but even to other people around you, because the energy that you give to yourself is the same energy that you give to other people. No one likes to be with someone who is overreacting. You become so sensitive on small matters that you can just sit and resolve. Sometime back, I went to a certain office to get certain document, and there was a gentleman who was very sensitive. Something as simple as just asking them a question: how many copies should I make? The man becomes very obnoxious, and you're like, this is just a very simple question. It's a simple question which requires a yes or no, but you see a man is very aggressive. This is the problem. You get burnt out as a man when you cannot reconnect with your emotion. You find yourself sometimes even fighting with other people just for a small matter that even children can't fight for. All this is because you cannot give yourself grace. You don't know how to access your feminine energy, which is very important. But unfortunately, so many men take it for granted. It is not easy to just sit there listening to people giving you criticism, sometimes even constructive criticism. It's hard. It is very important for you to face your own demons and accept that I'm wrong. I was wrong and I apologize. I know it is very hard for men because men are very egocentric, like to protect their ego, but sometimes you have to suppress your ego and take criticism. But also another thing, when you are with your friend as a man, try not to only talk about things that are happening in the world. Most of the times when men sit together, the things that they talk about are everything that is going on around the world: politics, music, sport, women, except what they are going through. And some men don't even care to know where their friends live. It is just strange that for the whole year, men will be meeting and talking about things that are happening in the world, but no one even knows where their friends live. No one even knows whether their friend is married. They never talk about the issues. And this is another problem and another reason as to why so many men get burnt out, because you cannot share what is going on inside from January to December, but the things you discuss, your conversations are based on superficial things and not what is going on inside. You are burning out. Things are not going on well at home, but you cannot at least share with them. And some men, when they share with them, you are like, brother, you'll be okay. Let's go and have some drink. Let me get you a woman. Why do men think that they just need women to solve their issues? Someone is going through a serious problem. You want to buy them beer. You want to buy them women. When your brother is going through something, try to talk to them. Don't just be like, it will be okay. It's okay. Let's go and get some drink. Drink won't do anything. Yes, you can drink if you feel like, but drink does not resolve that matter. Yeah, men, when you need to start being your brother's keeper, and you need to start listening to your brother. When your brother is telling you about something that is happening in their life, don't just think about women. Don't use women like that. And men need to learn to respect women. Women they don't use women to solve their problems. When you have a problem, solve your problems. Don't use women. And this is the reason as to why so many men do not even form a deeper and meaningful relationship with the women that we have. It was strange during COVID that couples started living together and didn't know each other. These are the circumstances where you just have sex with them, and before you know it, you have impregnated the woman and you are forced to marry her, and you go and live with you don't even know her. This is the issue. And then you start claiming that women are difficult. Women are not difficult. When you are in your divine masculine energy, it is very easy for you to attract a divine feminine woman as well. I hope these tips have helped you to reconnect with your emotions as a man. My name is Nasra Hassan, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye and stay blessed.